Hello, everyone. Welcome to Your Story, Our Lens, and I have two special guests today. I kind of put it out there this morning that I was going to have them on the show. I was going to have Beth Rist. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And her friend Shirley Mannon, right?
Hello. Yes.
Oh yeah, I said it right. Okay, yeah, we've been struggling here today. We're hearing sounds in the wiring and stuff, so just bear with us. Beth, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
And let's just get started. We're going to kind of go back and forth, and then Shirley's going to be talking too, because some of the stuff that Beth has went through, she's just going to kind of verify it and tell her side too along with it. And I'm just going to ask you, Beth, start from the beginning. Where'd you graduate from, and go from there?
Okay. I talk real fast, so
That's fine.
I graduated from Ironton High School in 1980. If anybody can remember back that far.
Me.
And then I went to University of Charleston in Charleston, West Virginia, on a basketball scholarship. Then I moved to Myrtle Beach to be a lifeguard at the beach for a couple summers.
Heck yeah.
And then I came back to Ironton. So,
Ironton.
I wanted to be a police officer, so I went to the police academy, got hired at Ironton 1996, February 2nd.
Now, did you say where you went to school at?
Ironton High School.
Ironton. So you went to Ironton High School?
Yes.
Okay.
And played basketball, majorette, field commander, all that stuff.
Oh, really?
So,
Wow. You done it all, didn't you?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's
A little
awesome.
bit. So basically that's it. Most people know me from when I was a police officer. And so I did that from till 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And where I was let go. All that is on, it's public record. It's all
Okay.
on, you just Google me. It's in my first book, which you can get on Amazon, or you can get on my website, bethrist.com, or you can get it at Broadway Books, and it's in the libraries.
Awesome. Wow, that's a big accomplishment right there, just getting a book out. We've been trying to get a book out for probably, Michael, about 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
We can't get it going. I don't know. They're always saying the cover's different. It needs to be fixed or something, and we don't know what we're doing, so hopefully we can get that situated. But it's an inspirational book. It's got little quotes down through it.
Yes.
It's for like a recovery place. You could sit down and open it up, and anything you open it up to is positive.
Great.
Everything. And, that's what our world needs more now, of positive things, positive people, and positive situations.
Yes.
Because I tell you what, I don't know about this world anymore.
Pretty scary place to be.
It is. It really is. Shirley, do you want to tell a little bit about how you got to know Beth?
I worked at the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department, and whenever Beth was hired on, she come by to say hi to everybody, and we just sort of clicked from there, and she and I have been friends for a long time, and we're still friends.
For what? How many years?
Oh, gosh, I bet it's about 20,
30.
30?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
20
like
or 30 years, yeah.
Well, so that's a long friendship there, and here you are with her today, so that's pretty awesome. I was kind of excited about this thing. About a month ago, you reached out and wanted to. Tal Callahan, actually, he messaged me and said that,
I like Tal.
you all need to get together and kind of promote each other, and I'm like, okay, and then things happened, and you couldn't make one time, and then I think we couldn't do it one time, and
Yeah.
then here we are, and we didn't know if it was going to happen today because our sound system was kind of messing up, but we're at it right now, so I'm looking forward to this podcast. Okay, so what do you want to talk about, Beth? I know you're going to interview me some too, so
Right.
you want to throw something at me?
I sure can.
Okay.
When did you start all this?
When?
When?
Is back in, we opened up the shop in November, not in this building. We was on the back side of the building over there, behind Bronze and Beyond. It used to be where Knuckleheads used to be, the barbershop. They was there for like 2 or 3 years, and then we moved in, and things happened, and we didn't really care for the building. It was just too cold in there. It's dead winter, so this came available, and we loved it. And we kind of came in and set up shop, and we've been here ever since. We've been here since January 1st.
So what's the purpose of your podcast? You just want a plethora of different
We do everything.
ideas?
And I know
Okay.
you're supposed to have what's it called, a niche, something to have it based on, but we cover so much. Like, Michael is really into the recovery thing, and so am I. I've dealt with recovery people because I worked at Greenup County and had girls in my kitchen that worked for me, and I tried to be, they said I was the mother, because I was always trying to inspire them and give them hope that when they got out, and I've got some good stories behind all that too. But, and then I'm doing my sports podcast, and I was doing a cooking show. I don't know, have you seen any of my cooking shows?
No, but that chicken salad's wonderful.
Yeah, I brought chicken salad. Listen, I walk in here, we're supposed to have this podcast at 2 o'clock, and I'm walking in here at 1:45. Usually, I'm here an hour or two early to get set, get prepared and everything, but I just wanted to, I went to the store, got the stuff I needed to make, made that, and made a broccoli thing for her, too, to try. But she wanted to try my cooking. She was saying, I see all that stuff on there, on my site and stuff. So
And nobody helps you do all that. You do it all yourself.
no, nobody.
Oh, mercy.
I have done it well.
You should see. How many of those croissants did you fix for your last catering?
Oh, there's 65 or 70, I think. And it was like, I'd done it that morning early. I'd made my chicken salad that night. So I've got a system that I do, and I make the stuff that I can make the day before. That way, when I get ready to start putting everything together, it's all ready. And
So that's why nobody helps you, because it's your system and you don't want nobody to help you.
if they try to get in there and jump in, it doesn't work out. I just say, back off. I make a lot of sweets. People know I make peanut butter balls and potato candy and fudges and stuff for Christmas. And I have people trying to help me, and I'm like, it's okay, I got this, because I don't know, it tastes different if somebody else makes it. And I'm standing there watching them make my stuff. I'm like, it's different. I don't know. So I just do it myself. And I try to set my time's right to where everything gets ready at a certain time. And it works out. I've done catering for weddings. I've done showers for the last 12 years. I went to Weddington, Kentucky, back 4 or 5 years ago, and done one in a gourmet kitchen, and it was an all-weekend thing. And I prepared the Friday night rehearsal dinner, and then got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, done a big breakfast, biscuits, gravy, egg casserole, sausage and bacon, and I had French toast. I done all that.
You ever thought about opening a restaurant?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Because I used to have Giovanni's, and I
Since you
know.
insist on doing everything alone, you probably wouldn't hire nobody, right?
Right. Well, I would. I could, but, when you're used to doing it your way, it's hard to, like, I try to train the girls in the kitchen. Some of them have my recipes, too.
Uh-oh.
But, yeah, I just thought, well, why not, And that gives them something to do if they get out, and they can do stuff on the side to make a living,
Yeah.
to help. But, yeah, I've been doing this off and on for 12, 13 years now. Used to do it before, but I didn't really have to. And when you don't have to, you don't really do it. So I really had to after about 9 years into it. I had to, so. But I love doing it. I love cooking. I love people enjoying my food. I was asking you, what do you think? What do you think? And I want you to be truthful with me, too. If there's something that needs to be done, tell me, And I'm always on board to try something different. I'll have people ask me, have you ever made this? Have you ever made that? And just recently I've done different things, and they loved it. So I just Google a recipe, and then I put my spin on it. I always put something different in it just to say it's mine, So, yeah.
There you go. Just to make it yours, put something different.
Tammy's Country Cooking.
There you go.
That was I actually, 9 years ago, I was in the Eagles kitchen down in Ashland, and they let me use their kitchen. When my ex-husband Tom passed away, I didn't get my alimony anymore, so I had to do something and do something quick to even survive. And they let me use their kitchen to cook out of for months, and then
That was nice.
yeah, it was nice, and they didn't charge me a penny.
Wow.
I just bought the food, and I had somebody help me to buy the food and stuff, and I got my name out there through that, actually, as far as the cooking and stuff goes, because people got used to ordering from me. I delivered to senior citizens with no delivery charge. My meals was $6. Come on now, you know, you can't get a meal like that. Even back in 9 years ago, you couldn't get a meal for $6, you know. So, but yeah, I love doing it. So I love making people happy. That's me. What do Shirley? Why don't you tell us about something about you?
Well, it's all really about Beth, but
Well, we want to hear something about you too, and then
Okay.
we're going to go into Beth here in a minute. Everybody knows Beth.
I worked at the Sheriff's Department, Lawrence County.
Lawrence County.
For about 30 years.
Now, is that considered Ironton, or is that the whole county?
The whole entire county.
Okay.
We dispatched for everyone except State Patrol and City. We would do all the villages all the way up and down the river.
Oh, okay.
You know, like there's Hanging Rock, then there's Cold Grove,
Yeah.
and then you go on up to South Point, then you go up Chesapeake, and then Proctorville.
Oh, wow. So that's all Lawrence County?
Yeah, all
Woo.
all those we dispatched for.
Wow, that's big. That's a big county there.
And keeping track of all the officers and all the calls, where they were at, making sure they got backup, who was out that could be their backup. You had to know a lot of different things.
Right.
And then on top of that, take the phone calls.
Yeah, and then try to get that all situated.
I sat and I would mark down the phone calls. Just out of curiosity, because I know we get covered up. And in an 8-hour shift, I would take up to 300 phone calls.
What? 300 in an 8
Yes,
shift? Wow. Now, did they have a machine or anything that would...
No.
Really?
We answered the phones and we handwritten everything
Oh,
down.
wow. So that goes way back then, doesn't it?
And then you had to type it up on
And
a
you logged it in
form.
on a computer after that.
No, we didn't have computers.
Oh,
Not
wow.
back when I was dispatching.
When you first started
And then
it,
they
I'm
yeah.
talking about NCIC, that you had to do all that, yeah.
Yeah, so you had to write everything down.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time nowadays, people don't even know how to write.
True.
And they
Seriously.
don't have to do
Yeah.
their signature or anything like that.
Yeah, because you just push a button and it signs for you. I mean, it's what's crazy about the technology now. It makes you wonder, back in the older days, what would they think about all this new technology?
Yeah.
You know, just like this right here, the podcasting. It's crazy, I think, that you can sit and do a show on your own, you know? So,
Yeah.
Beth, what do you want to talk about? We're
Just
going to
ask
be
me anything.
We're going to be going back and forth here, people. Everybody was anticipating this.
Well,
And,
did anybody have any questions they want to ask me? Because I can answer just about anything.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing a weekly podcast, and in between that time, we can have people message us and give us questions for each other. You know, if we want to do it that way, or we can maybe do a live. We talked about it. Have people call in.
Yeah.
Because Michael said that we've got the equipment to do that. So if you want to sit down and have a call in one time.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, that would
I'm
be
not afraid
fun.
of that. I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will say stuff on their keyboard or
Oh,
over
yeah.
their phone.
Mask
until they
and
want,
everything.
I'm very abrasive, and I will continue to be that way.
Right.
And you can ask me just about anything. You know, people are so afraid of the truth. You know, they'll totally, just like, and we talked about this before, like in the academy, they'll have somebody whisper a crime scene or something, a narrative of something to the person next to them. Okay, then they'll whisper that same narrative to another person. After you get through 20 people,
What is
the
it?
whole crime scene's changed. The narrative's changed. You know, so everybody's going to have their own take on what I say. They're either going to, there's no in between. Either you hate me or love me. There's no in between. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything because that's just not who I am.
Right.
And I just, that's my opinion. And, you know, I have a lot of people that don't agree with me, and that's fine. Don't change that we're friends or not. Why would you want to hide anything?
Right.
If you got nothing to hide, don't worry about what I say.
Exactly.
Boy, I get more cease and desist letters from people. Some of them do it handwritten, which is so funny. I don't know. It's just, I keep up with current things going on, current things. I don't chase after the police, but if somebody gets hurt in result of anything, which would be a politician, or fire department, a sheriff's department, a city department, don't matter. I will respond with what I think about it. And people want to do that. They're just afraid.
Right. So they call you. They call Beth.
Exactly.
And Beth takes care of it.
And I'll talk about it.
Oh, wow. You need your own little, I don't know, some kind of police show or something, girl. So they'll call you. I mean, you've been known to get phone calls and stuff before the police even find out about stuff, right?
Yeah, and I encourage people not to do that.
Yeah, they
If
shouldn't
somebody
be
gets
doing
hurt,
that.
I
Right.
Yeah.
They need to call the police, and then if things don't get situated, then they can call you or
I'm
whatever.
more than glad to help. All I
Right.
do is really tell people how to, what the next thing is. A lot of people will go to court and nobody will tell them anything. What to do, how to respond, or anything like that, unless they get paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I just try to help people. I've always tried to help people my
See,
whole
that's
career.
Hey, it makes us
And,
two peas in a pod here,
Well.
because I love helping people, you love helping people, and we just go about it, don't we?
Right. And, a lot of people gripe about the people at the end of the bridge over here. I'm sure you've heard about that. And we were talking about that the other day. Regardless of, if you give them a couple of dollars, you give them $5, regardless of what they do with it, God saw you give it to them.
Right.
Okay, it doesn't matter if someone said, quit giving them money, they'll go and do this.
Yes.
Hey, I did my part. If they eat a sandwich or if they do whatever, it's none of my concern.
Right.
None of my concern after that.
Yeah, that's the way we always try to, or we'll go buy something to eat for them and
Right.
hand it to them. Well, why are you doing that for?
Exactly.
Like,
Now,
they're
if they have a
hungry
child,
too.
If they have a baby out there,
Oh, honey, it breaks my heart, doesn't it?
that happened over in Ironton when I was working, and
Really?
a child with no socks on. And I just got out of my cruiser, went over, grabbed the child, put the child in my car. She got in the back, and you don't use a child or an animal. You see a lot of people use an animal.
Yeah.
If you put an animal out there with you, and you're asking for money, people, if you care about the animal, drop them some dog food off. Mm-hmm. If that guy's that hungry, he'll eat the dog food. The animals, it's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Right.
My opinion.
Yeah, you'll eat whatever. if you're
Everybody don't
starving.
do that, but
Yeah.
some people park a Cadillac down the street.
I know,
and they're
I've
making
heard
more
that.
money than I am on disability.
I've heard that. I've heard that
It's not
story.
so
That sucks too. Karma always comes back.
Oh,
if it's not legit, then it'll come back on you no matter what.
Doesn't matter what anybody does. Yeah,
Exactly.
You can't avoid karma.
Yeah, because God's got you.
Yeah. He does.
You've got 2 books. How many books you got out?
I have my first book, Rist vs. Ironton, is on Amazon. My second book is called Warrior Within, basically about how I crawled out of that pit by the grace of God.
Yes.
And got back to who I was, found a new part of me that I didn't realize I had.
Isn't that remarkable that you can do that?
I'm telling you what, and to have that kind of accomplishment where I found myself at a
Yes.
later age. I thought everything in my life
Amen.
was surrounded by law enforcement. It's not even close
Right.
about how God is in my life now.
Amen on that
And
one.
I'm still the same old Beth, but I just have a different avenue. I believe that we all have a purpose, and I think I found mine just by telling the truth. A lot of people are afraid of the truth.
Right. You're a very strong woman, too.
Thank you.
I can tell. Just by I've just met her today. We've been talking back and forth, but I just met her today, and she's really a great person. I mean, we've been sitting here talking a lot, and if you are wanting to, and we'll address this with Michael later, we'll think about doing a weekly show.
That'd be fine.
And then, maybe even possibly going live and letting people call in and ask questions.
Yeah,
because you've been through it.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. If somebody wants to call in and ask me, if they're too chicken to come and ask me personally, I don't care to talk to. I can. You can't embarrass me.
Right.
I've been through so much. You cannot hurt me. Words don't hurt.
Yeah.
People let words hurt.
Exactly.
If you take something out of at a different perspective than others, and that hurts you, that's on you.
Exactly.
You know, words don't hurt unless you have a weakness of those words that affect you. My opinion.
Is people trying to hurt you?
Oh,
Who's
gosh.
Who's trying to hurt you?
Anybody that I tell the truth about.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
But I've had those threats for years, honey. I'm not worried about it.
Threats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, and you know about them too, huh?
yes, I do.
You know, the main thing is everybody's like, oh, they settled out of court. You know, they settled out of court twice. I wore a wire. You know, when I first got hired, I thought I wear a wire to protect myself from the people I pull over, and then I'll have proof. No, I had to wear a wire to protect me from my coworkers.
Yeah.
And I got it all on tape. That's why they settled out of court twice. If everybody would have known what I know and what they know, it would have went to court.
Wow.
4 days before going to court in Cincinnati on the second lawsuit.
Yeah,
My
is that
attorney
what?
all of a sudden said his name was Mark Mezebov. Hey, Mark.
Shout out to
Cincinnati.
Mark.
Shout out to Mark. Yeah, 4 days. He said, "Oh, you got a great case. This is going to be a no-brainer." He called me and said he needed $10,000 more or he couldn't represent me. I wonder why. I
Wow.
wonder who gave him that $10,000 to dump me. So, and I've got all that. So it's okay. You know, I survived it.
Is that what your first book's about?
My first book is about my career as a police officer, and 8 months after they fired me and threatened to put me in prison for 5 years for helping somebody less fortunate. 5 years in prison for helping somebody less fortunate. But you can deal fentanyl over there now.
Yeah. Oh,
you can deal fentanyl. you can put drugs in people's car, but don't help nobody. You know,
Wow.
and then 8 months after that, I got elected city council. So the citizens knew. Back then, you had scanners.
Oh, yeah.
People knew when I didn't have backup. People heard him talk to me like that.
Yep.
People heard me chase people down by myself. People heard it.
Wow.
And that's why they have a private channel now. So nobody
So
can
nobody
hear
can
what they're
hear.
doing. They make all the calls on their phone. That's why the dispatcher didn't know about that shooting out Hog Run, and they were shooting out there, and I knew before them.
Wow.
Sad situation when you can't trust the people that are hired. You can't trust what they're going to do to your child. How many parents on a daily worry about their kids going out in the car in Ironton, Ashland, Greenup, Boyd County, wherever? Not worried about them being in a wreck, worried about what the police are going to do to them.
Wow.
You know, it may not be happening over here, but it happens over there. Happens everywhere.
Yeah. A lot of it doesn't get told, and that's what.
Absolutely.
That's why.
That rug is
Yeah.
10 foot tall by now with all the dust under it over there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm ready to put that rug over the clothesline and beat it. With a tennis
Beat it
racket.
and beat it good.
That's right. Let it out. Let it air out.
Wow. And what's your second book about?
Second book is Warrior Within. Third book will be under a pen name.
Okay.
If I have to say my name one more time, I'm going to snap like a twig.
What? Beth Rist?
Oh my gosh, it's just tired of it. But anyway, no, that way I can go places and nobody.
Yeah.
You know, I want to move south and sit on the beach and write books the rest of my life.
Hey, there you go. That sounds like the life.
That's exactly what I'm going
Florida?
to do. I'm not sure yet.
Well, keep us in mind.
Okay.
I'm looking for a retirement home somewhere.
Hey,
You know, we're getting at that age now.
Yeah.
But what else you want to talk about? You want to talk about anything that is going on? Let's see. Like me and Michael, we was at the Republican convention last night. They're out there at Boyd County Convention Center, and it was pretty interesting because we went to the Democratic one last week or week before last, and seeing the different parties was like, wow, totally different. Like the setup was different and all. But we got to talk to some candidates. We've got some footage we still got to get out, I think. But it was very interesting. I've had a few of them on the show. I've had John Daniels on, and then Katie Neltner. Now, she's a force to be reckoned with.
she
let me
is.
tell
I
you.
interviewed her at the parade.
I would want to go up against her, to tell you the truth.
Hey, I like her. And I don't
But-
think anybody else wants to either, but I've
Yeah.
heard she's had a little bit of, riffraff, but that's what you would call them, riffraff.
Yeah, that's what it is. And, I mean, I've offered to have opponents on and they won't come on. They ignore my messages and stuff, and I'm okay with that. I don't care. But I just want to get everybody the same amount of time. But nobody else wants it.
Well, most people want to know what questions you're going to ask them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Obviously, I told you you can ask me anything. I have nothing to hide. But, you know, and I don't mind to provide that, you know, what questions I'll ask you. But then they're always afraid you put them on the spot. Why would you do that? If I give you my word, I'm going to ask you a certain question. I'm not going to ask you anything underhanded.
Right.
You know, but they don't trust that, so they're afraid.
Yeah.
But if you're running for sheriff, or you're running for council, or you're running for mayor, or you're running for president, why would you be afraid to answer any questions?
Yeah,
Period.
that's my take on it. And
you know, I would love to interview John Daniels. You know.
Yeah.
And I also, how do you pronounce the current Boyd County sheriff's name? Rice.
Reese,
Okay.
Reese, I
I did
think.
call, and he doesn't, you know, from my knowledge, now tell me if I'm wrong, he doesn't have a new platform. He's just going to go with what he's been doing in the past. I understand that.
yeah.
But I would love to talk to both of them about what they want to do. I understand John's platform is transparency.
Yes.
And I don't know either one of them. But I think a lot of people that follow me would like to know some things.
Exactly.
You know, there's a lot of stuff going on everywhere right now. And people get so afraid that they have to belong to a clique. Oh, I'm with so-and-so, I'm with so-and-so.
And that's what
Just
it
like
is.
Democrat, I'm an independent. I don't vote for the party, I vote for the person, but I do not shy away from speaking about how I feel about people. And, you know, if everybody be like that, what a great thing it would be.
Right.
What's the big fuss? You know, talk. You know, express your feelings. We don't have to get angry and fight and call names. You know?
Yeah, and you know, this is what, May the 6th, and the primary for Boyd County is May 19th, so we're getting close.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting close. I interviewed John back in November, and maybe it was too soon to have interviewed him, but, and we keep we'll play the interview back and forth and do the clips and stuff too, but I feel like he's got a good plan, and I want to get Jamie on here too to hear what he wants
That'd be great, yeah.
to accomplish in his second term if he gets it. Or John, he's already told us what he's wanting to do.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if they could both sit down and talk
I
man
tried.
to man?
I tried.
And act, you know, well, what about that? You know, instead of getting angry.
Yeah.
The only thing bad about law enforcement, any avenue, she can contest to this, everybody's armed. So you don't want to start that drama at work, and you definitely don't want to play jokes on each other at work. I think that's the most dangerous thing you can do.
Oh yeah,
You don't
especially
know how,
yeah.
you know, what day somebody's had, and you know, cops are going to take any first responder. You know,
Right.
they're going to take that home with them, and it's not a good thing if you're not prepared for that.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm up for anytime you want to have a sit down and talk about anything.
Yeah, I would just love to have them on here.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'd love to have Katie and Dotson on here too.
yeah.
Like to sit there and talk and ask each other. I mean, why can't people sit down and have a normal conversation? You know, ask each other questions. Like
People
we're
can
sitting here
learn
and do.
from each other.
Yes,
If they
exactly.
just willing to accept they can.
Yes, they got to accept it though.
Right.
And a lot of people think that they're right. They don't need to do anything different. If the system is working, why mess with it or whatever?
Right.
I disagree on that. I feel like a little bit of a shakeup can help.
They can, and what people don't realize, everything might be wonderful for you today
Oh,
with
yeah.
so and so, and you might fit in the group today. But what happens tomorrow that might rip you out of that little clique you're in, and then you find yourself where other people are, and you've been talking about that person for 2 weeks.
I noticed clicks.
you know.
At both of these,
Yeah.
good things, and I'm like, wow, I didn't realize it was as bad as it was, but yeah, and you
Just like
can't.
high school, but you.
It is, and I mean, I think sometimes it's worse because we're older adults and we need to know we should know by now how to act.
You know, one
You
of
know.
my biggest things is bullying.
Uh-huh.
I can't stand a bully.
Yeah.
And I've been bullied, you know. So I think the whole, that needs to be addressed in schools big time.
Oh, yes.
And because it happens. If you've seen just that recently, that young man that took his own life because of being bullied. it was over here, and I don't have the information in front of me, or I
Oh,
would
no.
talk about it. Yeah, a teenager. Yeah,
He was being bullied at school.
bullied at school, and you know, I've always said what kids see at home,
Yes.
they'll play out wherever they're at.
Right.
And everybody said, "Oh, don't blame the parents." Well, it could be what they're watching on TV, what the parents watch. Kids shouldn't watch. You know.
Some of these games they play too.
Oh yeah.
They're violent.
Well, yeah.
And I feel like that has a lot to do with the way kids are now, because that's all they do. They want to be on their phones. They don't know how to write cursive or anything now. I think they've
I've never
started
seen
it back again.
Kid climb a tree lately, have you?
No.
I know.
We climbed a tree. Mom would say, "Get out, don't come back till the street lights come on."
I know
And
that's
now these kids, they don't want to go outside and play because
Yeah.
I can understand the fascination with all the bells and whistles,
Yeah.
but ride your
They
bike.
got
go out.
to know how to be a kid.
No, they don't,
I
and
mean,
it'll
it's
never be.
imagination.
It'll never be
Yeah,
that way.
the
again.
imagination is not even there anymore.
Right.
Their imagination is in their phones or on their game
And
system.
creativity that they could have had.
Yes,
is
yes.
bamboozled by that.
Yeah, it's been it's a game changer on so many levels. The computer, the internet, and just the way things are put out there now.
Right. I've told so many people, I've been with my friends and their kids are on an iPad and they're like maybe 7 or 8. If you give your child an iPad at 7 and 8, you're not giving your child access to the world. You're giving the world access to your child.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
Oh my gosh, and I see young girls on TikTok and
Yes.
it's dangerous.
Very
And
dangerous.
Anybody can find anybody on that little pad.
Yes.
Anybody can find anybody.
They can interact. They find ways to get into your system, and
yeah.
we've kind of dealt with that a little bit ourselves with the Facebook stuff. And I mean, anybody can get in there and act like they're somebody else.
Oh gosh, yeah. And everybody's like, "Oh, why you have your your Facebook's public?" And I know thousands of those could be the same person.
Yeah.
I don't care because I'm not saying anything. I
Right.
wouldn't say to who the
Right.
people made their name up. Have some backbone, people. My dear God,
Well,
use your real name.
you gotta have your Facebook public and stuff, because we are out there putting stuff out there, and you want other people to see it. Even if a friend of a friend can check your stuff,
Right.
If it's public. So if they say something, "Hey, Beth Rist, did you see that? Did you see Beth's last video or whatever?" Then they can go check it. And that's the reason you got to keep it public, for people like us.
And I mean, if I thought I was saying something that
Right.
was a falsehood,
Right.
that notably I could get in trouble for, why wouldn't
We
my
don't want you in trouble. You might have to
I
go
mean,
jail to
I know.
jail, Beth.
I can walk down the street and get in trouble, I guess. But no, it's a shame.
Yeah, it is.
It's a shame.
It's people are so childish anymore. I'm just over it. I'm over the way people are. Why can't everybody be kind and just try to have positive outlooks in life?
Right.
You
Well,
know?
one thing about it is, why can't, especially, I try to uplift women. We both, don't we, Shirley? And you do
Strong
too.
women.
Trying to uplift each other. Don't be jealous of somebody because everybody wants to see everybody do good, just not better than them.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so why can't we uplift each other and say, good, kudos for you, and then maybe somebody else will be inspired to say, I think I might want to do that.
Women are strange creatures because they get intimidated by other women. And
there's no need for that.
I'll be truthful with you. Katie, when she first sat down with me, she intimidated me so much. I wasn't feeling good that day when I'd done the interview or we'd done the podcast, and I just went blank. My mind went blank, and I told Michael, I said, we got to stop a minute. And she kind of calmed me down some. And she was so nice about it, and she was trying to give me support, and I appreciated that so much. And she's always like telling me, hey, you're doing great. You're doing a great job. And that always inspires women to go further with it. We want to continue. We want to continue to help this world out because, God, it needs it.
It does. And if you have jealousy in your heart about somebody else, you're going to have that about everybody.
Yes, it comes out. The jealousy will show, and then it just makes everything terrible. Things change. But that's what we're about as women. We've got we've got a big role in our lives, and I feel like that if we are inspiring other people and women especially, and I try to, like with Michael, I try to inspire him because he gets down, because we go through a lot here trying to keep this going.
Right.
And we want to last. We want to make a difference in people's lives, and people don't understand that. And it's just, I don't know. People are different now. I hate it. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to grow and be their very best, no matter what.
Right. And it's a shame that everybody wants to tear each other down, and that's a problem of the crumbling of society.
Yes.
When everybody wants to jab at each other.
And I think you get that a lot, don't you?
Oh.
See, I don't see that much because I'm not on air that much, but I've gotten a little bit of what you're getting a lot of.
Yeah.
You get a lot of it, and I hate that.
It's okay. They have to look in themselves when they go to use the bathroom at night before they go to bed, and they look at themselves, and it's they might see me in the mirror looking at them.
Beth, get out there. I don't want to see you.
That's right. I have a tendency to ruffle feathers, and I don't mind it. No one's going to tell me who I am. No one's going to tell me what I've been through and what I've not been through.
Right.
Because I lived it.
Right. You've lived that life.
I've lived it, and I'm still here by the grace of God, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I'll support anybody. Anybody that has something positive to offer.
Yes.
Do I talk negative about things? Sure. Is it true? Do I have backup receipts for it? Mm-hmm. Yes.
As long as you got backup receipts, that's all that matters.
Right.
You've got it covered.
That's why I don't explain myself. People go on there and try to cause controversy, don't they, Shirley?
Yes, they do.
I mean, she's heard some of the phone calls when I was on the radio.
Oh, really?
Oh, just, some of them have to look up some of the words they made up, where that might be showing.
So tell me about your radio thing you used to do. How long did you do it for?
Oh, I think it was about 11 months, 10
Really?
months.
Yeah.
And they would call in and people would be
No,
mean?
they didn't. We didn't have that. I have a landline at my house.
Okay.
And they would call in on that number and leave me messages or what to talk about, things to talk about. And I would, but they would say the most ungodful things. But
Really?
You just have to laugh. If I would take that serious, I'd be broken down all day long.
Right.
I just have to think you're ignorant for saying that to me because it's not going to bother me.
Uh-huh.
And
you're very strong. See, that would bother me. I would be like,
no.
I'd start crying and
No, and I it's hard. I dealt with that. Some of the stuff that happened to me when I was a police officer, you would not believe it, but it happened from my own coworkers. A lot of people say, you talk bad about the whole police department. No, it's only about 4 or 5 of them out of 14 or 15. But when nobody steps up to say anything about it, to take up for you,
right.
That's kind of hard, but you got to realize everybody has family. I didn't have a husband and kids. Everybody had a wife and kids. They didn't want to lose their jobs, so I understand.
Yeah, you've got to protect yourself too, but also, I don't know. That's a difficult one because I can't stand to see somebody being mean to somebody or doing something wrong. I can't deal with that. Like, I've got to say something, whether it's going to be right or wrong. I feel like you got to speak up.
Well, you have to. I was dormant for a decade. I was on, told you, I was on Prozac for depression, and you just sit there and you think, and everybody says, why did you fight? Why didn't you just move? Mm-hmm. I wasn't going to let them run me out of town. And, where I was born and raised, and, yes, fight back for 14, 15 years to get my name and respect back. It was worth every year and every tear.
See, I love that. I love that you fought hard.
You.
I can tell by the expression on your face that you fought to get to where you're at now.
On the daily.
You go, girl. You go, girl.
Appreciate it.
I love that. Wow. I don't even know half of what happened with her, but I know there's a lot that has. I'm going to have to read your books, too.
Okay.
Just so that I can get the insight on it some. But, wow, girl, you've really been through a lot. I'm glad that you're still standing.
Me too.
That's the big thing right there. You're still standing. Isn't there a song like that?
Yeah, yeah, there
We're
is.
still standing. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. No, but I think it'd be great to do a call-in thing.
Yeah,
Need to talk about
we'll
that.
try. We'll talk about this after the show and see what we can come up with. But I feel like that would be a good thing for people to, because if people has read your book and stuff, and maybe I can get one and read some of it before our next show or whatever. If we do another show, are you interested in doing another show?
Sure.
With us, and that way we can get a more insight on things. I was so focused on getting that chicken salad made for you.
Yeah, and I'm taking the rest of it home.
It was
Are you?
delicious.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to run to Walmart and get some stuff to make chicken salad with, but I wanted you to try it anyway.
I seen your post with all the different foods you had last week.
Oh my gosh, I tell you, it took it out of me. It takes it out of me whenever I set all that up and try to get it all together and then take pictures and then they come pick it up or I deliver it to them. That last one, she came and picked it up, thank God, because I have so much going on now. Like, people don't understand. I've got somebody, when can you make me some chicken and dumplings and a big old pan of cornbread? I get calls like that.
It's time for you to start that.
It's supposed to be today, actually.
Was it?
And I postponed it to Saturday. I might do it Friday.
Okay.
But yeah, I've got customers that just call me up and say, hey, when you get time, can you make me a meatloaf dinner or make me chicken and dumplings or make me...
You got a menu?
I do. I need to get it together, but I ain't together, Beth.
Well, let's get you together.
I got to get myself together and be able to do everything that I want to do. I love pleasing people with food, I love making people feel good, just being there for people too, and that makes a big difference in people's lives if you've got that focus,
Right. And I want to touch base with something I said earlier about somebody may have a Cadillac parked down the street, reference homeless people, because I helped homeless people for years before I started doing YouTube and podcasts. Mm-hmm. And so went down on the riverbank, took them water and stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth, you know me. Mm-hmm. A lot of those homeless people don't want help.
I know, that's what we've heard. We've heard that.
They don't want
They
help.
want to live like that.
They want to be off the grid. They don't want a phone. They don't want, anybody to know anything. A lot of those people that are homeless make more money than I do.
Yeah.
On disability. But, and I have PTSD, of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? And, just a lot of things that, it's just amazing how you would think, everybody thinks, oh, let's open a shelter. Well, in my opinion, now this is going to make people mad. In my opinion, nobody's going to invest in a shelter if it's not profitable.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You can't make money off of homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the city mission boots them out at 8 o'clock in the morning. You don't get back until so-and-so at night.
So
there's no money in it. So I don't know about it.
Now, who covers the shelter? I mean, who pays for that?
Well, the city mission over in Ironton, I'm not sure who does. Are you sure?
No, I think it's the church.
The church?
Does the churches do that? Do they kind of come
a lot
together?
Of the churches help tremendously. I know Briggs Library is a cooling center in the summer when it's a heat, and it's a warming center in the
Winter.
In the winter. And I know they do the Briggs Library does a lot of help, a lot of work for the community, and the churches do too. And they announce on there with the food that they have, and they deliver too. Some of them deliver to you for $6-7 for a meal. And a lot of elderly people don't want to cook. They don't want to cook for themselves.
Right.
So that's nice that they do that, deliver and get a hot meal, and you don't have to worry about a mess and all that. But let me just clear that up. A lot of homeless people, and when you do give them something, if you give them something nice, I have a lot of people donate toboggans and gloves and clothes. But when you give them something nice, other people maybe will steal it while they're asleep in their tent, or maybe beat them up and take it. So if you try to help somebody homeless and give them something like a new pair of shoes, you could be endangering their life because somebody might beat them up to take the shoes.
So what do you do?
Well, you try to go halfway in between, I let them know where I'm going to be, and they have the word on the street. I don't need to announce it where I'm going to be, and we have a cooler of ice water, and take them, just talk to them, sit down and talk to them. A lot of them don't want to be on camera, so I just talk to them.
Just sit there
And
and
I
talk
had a
to
guy
them.
that walked from Cincinnati.
Yep.
Walked from Cincinnati, had
Wow.
holes in his shoes. Remember,
Yep.
socks were dirty, and I gave him some socks and some shoes, and they don't come out. They have their own little place they stay. And what's sad is a lot of law enforcement, I'm not going to say who, everybody knows who, but a lot of law enforcement will go and tear their little cardboard houses down that they build for themselves.
Aw.
Just a shelter of the rain. There's no sense in that. Some of these people that are investing in the rehabs need to get together and if they're going to ship people from other counties in Ironton, and we all know about the Medicaid fraud, right? ARC over here where Bellefonte Hospital was, $34.8 million lawsuit they just settled.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Oh, wow.
Medicaid fraud. Medicaid pays $10,000 per person a month. After 3 months, they boot you out. You go to another one, 10, 10, 10. Go to another one. It's profitable, but there's no place after they get done with all the rehabs. They just kick them out, and they're stuck in Ironton. They don't have a way back to Butler or Franklin County.
Wow.
So I wonder if they do that over here.
I don't know. We've been to a few of the city commission meetings where they've addressed the homeless, and people actually ship them to Ashland because, from all over New York, because we actually take care of them to a certain extent. I forgot what all that.
Well, I would love to know the positive rehabs over here. I would love to know who that is and talk with them too.
Was that Hillcrest and Bruce, Michael?
Yep.
Yeah, they're ones in the United Way.
Okay. Can I ask you, is there any political figures involved in profiting from that? Because over there's a lot of politics involved with the rehabs.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think that. Michael, what do you think?
No, we were there in the meetings, and they're actually genuinely trying to help.
Yes.
That's amazing. I
Yeah,
would love to
you'll
know
have
more.
to. You'll have to go to that city commissioners meeting is tomorrow night at 6:00 at the city building, 3rd floor.
Okay.
We go to pretty much every one of them. We'll be there, and then the next one in 2 weeks on a Thursday will be at noon. So they try to cover it to where one time a month you can be there if you work during the day to make it at 6:00.
Right.
So, Ashland does, I do feel like Ashland does try. And they do, I think Chuck Charles, Mayor Chuck Charles, I was going to say governor. Chuck Charles, you're going to run for governor? He does, I think he does a good job. He appreciates everything that we do too, and we know that. So we go cover them. We cover anything that needs to be done.
That's great.
That's part of it. And it's part of our job, whether
People want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And when they don't know, then that's when their minds start thinking, oh, did that happen, or did that happen, or did that happen? People just want to be informed.
That's the reason we went to the Republican and the Democrat things. So that elderly can't get out. They can watch it now on
Right.
YouTube or Tri-State Media Services. And people are sharing it like crazy now too. So if you didn't get to go to the what is it? The
Meet and greet.
meet and greet, and then the town hall was called the Democrat part of it. And then the meet and greet was the Republican. But if you didn't get to go to those are on our station, our YouTube, and the it's on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and what else? Is there another one, Michael? TikTok. And I don't know much about TikTok. I tried to get on there, and I don't know how to work it. So I've got it on my thing, but I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, all that's on there so people can see what people they're running for and what they stand for and what the changes is going to be made if they get in office.
Right, their platform.
Yeah.
People want to know that. And it's sad. You can't just say, well, I'm just going to keep doing, and I don't know either gentleman running for Boyd County Sheriff, so it's not a contest of who I like, because I don't know either one of them, but
Right.
I'm interested in knowing about
Yeah,
what's
you
going
are. I mean, even though you live in Ironton, you want to know what's going on across the river, don't you?
Yes.
Vice versa, too. I like to know what all's going on over there. I didn't know a lot of it that you have talked about so far, so I'm ready to, I guess I'll read that book and I'll find out.
Well, there you go.
That's what you need to do, get the...
Or you can just ask me. But we can do it. We can do any time you want to do. Just let me know ahead of time.
Okay, all right. Shirley, you want to say anything? You've just been sitting here just listening
Well,
and
I just
agreeing.
want to urge everyone to get Beth's book. It's Rist versus Ironton.
Is
It'll
that what?
open your eyes to a lot of things in the town around you that you thought you might have known and you really don't. So I just want to urge you to get her book. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Broadway Books. And it is available to check out at Briggs Library in Ironton.
It's in Proctorville too, I believe.
Oh, well,
Proctorville
also
Briggs too. Yeah.
Proctorville too, she says. So I just want to urge everyone to either pick it up or check it out and get a real look at your town.
There you go. Okay, Beth, what do you want? What do you want to say?
I want to say something to the group of men that worked with this lady that came to my book signing. Came to my book signing. She had her name and address in the top of the book, and I asked her, and I said, why do you have your name and address? And she goes, I work with all guys, and they wanted to read it, but they said they didn't want to give that BITCH a dime.
Huh? They wanted to read
They
the
wanted to
book?
read my book, but they didn't want to buy one.
Okay.
That's all right. You guys go ahead and buy one now, and I'll sign it for you.
You're gonna
Don't be scared.
you're gonna
That's all
have you're gonna offer signing on it.
right. Yeah,
Well,
that's pretty sad, isn't it? Though
that happened. Like
I can see him right now on the commode
yes.
reading it. I didn't know. I didn't read that girl's book. You know you did twice, buddy.
That actually happened. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, and your second book's out, or is
It'll be
not?
out in about 8 weeks.
It'll be out in 8 weeks. And what's it called?
Warrior Within.
Warrior
Within.
Within. I like that.
Guaranteed to be a good
Is
read.
that like a confidence booster? Getting
That will
yourself
show
built
how
up?
I came from the first book,
Okay.
what they did to me, how all
Okay.
the struggles through 2 heart attacks in 8
Part
months.
part two here, maybe.
Mhm. And didn't know blockages. You know,
Wow.
just stress. Stress can make you have a heart
Stress
attack.
will kill you. I know.
But I don't have stress anymore.
Nope.
He took that away. But it's funny how people see me and you just say, oh, that's her, and automatically have an opinion based on what other people have said. So until you meet me in person.
Right. I agree. I agree.
Don't, well, you can do whatever.
Yeah, I agree. People will just go by what somebody else says about somebody. And I'm sure people, they do it to me, I'm sure, a lot. And I don't really want to know.
Well,
Hey,
it
I know
doesn't
myself.
it doesn't affect my life in any way.
I know who I am,
I
and you
don't-
know who you are.
exactly.
And we know what's in our heart. That's the biggie right
And
there.
when you try to prove it to people who you are, you're wasting your energy.
I know, because
if they're that
yes.
shallow, they don't understand. They don't need an explanation.
Yes, exactly. We're grown women here, and we know
Absolutely.
exactly what we want
don't
and
have
what
time for
needs to be
kindergarten
done.
stuff.
We don't have time to deal with that stuff. But thank you all for coming out,
Thank you.
and we
Thank
will do this again.
Okay.
We'll have some topics to go over. I won't be cooking before
Okay.
before.
Well,
I
it's
promise.
really delicious.
Just so I can focus on this, because I feel like it's real important to our area too, because a lot of people know you. They know who you are, and they watch your videos and stuff, and a lot of people has got the wrong perspective of you, and I feel like they need to know the true Beth, because I feel like I know you a little bit more now than what I did, and I'm glad that you came on the show.
Well, thank you. And we've talked about 2.5 hours now, so it takes.
Yeah, we was here for a while.
Yeah, well, sorry, Michael, about the mishap with the lines there, but no, it takes time to just sit down and talk to people, and
Right.
you know.
Yeah. And everybody knows where our shop is, or our studio. You can come in, and we've got chairs here for you to sit and listen to. If anybody wants to come listen or be on the air, come on. If you've got questions and you want to be on the air to air them out, that's your
well,
signature right there.
Air it out.
Air it out.
get it
I
out
love
there.
that. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It just came out.
That's all right.
And then I thought, oh, that's hers. I didn't mean that, Beth. I promise.
You're all right.
But yeah, anything that we want to do, we could do.
Absolutely.
We just set our mind to it.
That's right.
Right? All right. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Maybe live. We will let you know. Thank you.